Welcome to the Rugs to Riches show. Grab a drink and get comfortable. The live show is about to start.
Happy New Year, everyone. What is going on? It is 2024. Bringing in the new year. What's up, guys?
Not much, man. What's going on, AG? What's going on, Goldwyn? How y'all doing this fine January 1st, a Monday, starting the new year, new me? How y'all feeling today?
Feeling
What's
good.
up, homies? Alan, I know you just traveled. Where'd you just get back? You just flew in today, right?
Yeah, I just flew in today, so sorry about the delay of getting a thumbnail up and trying to promote our show tonight. But yeah, my I don't know, you guys know already, but my father passed away, and I flew down there after Christmas for the funeral. So back now. I'm excited to start the new year off right and see some gains. Now, where are you at? That doesn't look like the same background.
I'm in Reno, Nevada. I'm actually in Fernley, but just outside of Reno, Nevada.
Oh, nice.
Reno,
How's that
Nevada.
out there right now in the desert?
It's been averaging about between 30 and 45 degrees. So it's pretty nice. Yeah.
Nice.
We're having a great time. Snowboarding, tubing.
Snowboarding.
Yeah.
Did you get some video of that?
Shit, no.
We got to get to it in your dinosaur onesie on the snowboard.
Yeah, I should have. I was barely able to go down the little hill. I didn't even make it to the slopes. I got stuck on the bunny hill.
I got to get y'all the elephant costume, one of my, the one that I was wearing, so we can all have them go snowboarding down the mountain, skiing.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, what the heck is that? Is that a herd of elephants coming down the mountain right now? I can see it already. Headlines right now.
Yeah, 100%. I'll stick to skiing for sure. Snowboarding was not my jammy jam.
I used to do snowboarding when I was younger, but it's been a while. I've never done an actual like mountain snowboarding. It's always been like a big hill in my backyard in my hometown.
Nice,
so
nice.
I might be too scared to do that.
Oh, my kids took to it. They were great. They actually went up on the slopes by themselves, and
that's awesome. I actually went snowboarding last January 1st. I just hit me. I was like, wait a minute. Last time I went was last year on the 1st, and I went with a group of friends. And my girlfriend at the time, we went down the slope one time, and it was a nightmare. She was like, no, no, no. So we left after that. I was like, $300, like, whoop, But hey, you learn, you live and learn, right? But snowboarding is definitely it takes a little bit to go, but it's fun once you get it down.
Is it harder to ski than snowboard, or is it the opposite, harder to snowboard?
What you go, Chris? What do you think? You've done both, right?
Yeah, in my opinion, skiing is way easier.
Yeah,
I've always been told that snowboarding's easier, but I can't believe that it is.
I heard it was the other way around. I heard snowboarding was harder.
So according to our lesson guy, he said skiing is easier to start but harder to master. So as you go to the higher realms, it's harder to ski. But to me, I couldn't do it. I can't get it down.
All I know is pizza and French fry. Pizza, French fry. That's all I know when it comes to skiing.
Yeah. And actually, it felt better because whenever, like, if you want to bail skiing, you just kind of baseball slide.
Yeah.
Snowboarding, I tried to bail and my board's going over my head, and
face plant.
I mean, I didn't get hurt or injured, so I feel it was a success.
That's awesome.
All right, well, let's get into the charts, man. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Yeah, man.
Now let's take a look at the charts and see how the crypto market is looking this week with Goldwyn. This is Money Lines on the Rugs to Riches show.
Man, AG, I just can't get over how nice these little clips are. What do you call them? The little transitions. Man, I love them, man. That was awesome.
They're money lines, man. They're money.
Money lines. All right. I forgot where are we at right now? Oh, there we go. There we go.
So this is the total market cap for all of crypto, not a specific coin. And as you can see, that top line, that's what we've been looking at, right? That's the 1.69 trillion, I believe, mark, 1.65 trillion. So as you can see, we punched through that like we were talking about a couple weeks ago, and we've come back and we tested it as resistance. So we're pretty good. The overall market cap looks like it's great. It's in a clear uptrend. If we hold that green line there, it should crab sideways a little bit. Now this is a daily chart, so that you see this chart goes back 8 months or so. So you can see we're in a pretty sustained uptrend, and we just broke a major resistance level, and we tested it for support. So we should crab sideways a little bit, and I think we'll be off to the races.
Now,
It's looking bullish to me. I'm no TA expert, but that looks pretty to me.
Is this a weighted average of the top 100 coins?
No, this is all of the crypto market. So all the money that's in crypto. So there's almost 1.7 trillion.
Okay, so this is just following how much money is in and out.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not like an S&P 500.
No, this is all of the money that's in crypto. So.
And I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, Goldwyn. I believe the last market cycle we topped out around $3 trillion worth of assets in the total crypto market total cap. Is that total market cap? Is that right?
I think so. I think we went just over 3. So we're still a little bit, about 50% down.
I always find it fascinating as well, because like you're mentioning, this is all of crypto. And if you look up like, a singular company like Apple, which is the most successful company in the US stock exchange, I believe they're, roughly, is it 2 trillion or so? I should pull it up now, their market cap. So it's funny just to think just one, US company, be it the best, the biggest, but it's just as large as all of crypto.
Yeah. That just
we're
tells
early.
How early. Early.
Hey, early. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Apple's current market cap is 3 trillion. So, it's, we're not even the size of Apple, in terms of valuation.
All right.
The next one is BTC.
Oh, gotcha. I went the wrong way.
You need to go to 4. Yep. So again, you notice this is this daily chart. So this is about eight months, give or take, of data. Again, clear uptrend. So you see that green line is what we're trying to break through. That's our current resistance that we're trying to come up to. But you can see the last time we talked about it, we were right there on that yellow line right before we just pumped up. So we pumped up almost all the way to resistance. But as you can see, as it got close to resistance, it pushed us off. But as it pushed us off, we caught ourselves, and then we went back up and tested, and it pushed us off. So the more times we hit that green line, the weaker and weaker it gets. So again, for BTC, this is great. We're in a defined uptrend. We broke fairly recently. We broke that bad downtrend wedge, but all in all, BTC is looking great too. So we have a couple resistance lines below us. The yellow line, that's one that we would prefer to hold if we were to come down, which is what I thought it was going to do last time.
It looks like, I was going to say, it looks like it's going to come down to that.
Yeah, and that's what it'll do. It'll kind of think of the spring analogy. The closer it gets to the yellow and green line, it's gonna bounce, because each one, the green line is resistance and the yellow line is support. So as the bears and the bulls are fighting, it's going to get tighter and tighter, and then it's going to explode one way or the other. We want it to explode up, but you can also see the long-term trend line is that red line. So it could break down, retest that red line, and then it'll start coiling again between the red and the green line.
Yeah,
we don't want that.
Either line, it looks like it's going to be fine to. If it goes down to that red line, it's still good. It's still a bullish scenario.
Well, but you look like, if it comes down to that red line, that's going to be like that 35,000. So, the weak hands, they don't want it to go back down there. They want us to stay over 40.
Yeah, but Grayscale and BlackRock, they might be dying for some prices that low.
And you can look, because again, this is a daily chart. So once you see the yellow and the green line where they kind of meet, that's April, May. So that's still 3 to 4 months out. So that's right there. Again, when's the ETF going to get approved? April, May?
The 10th. Yeah, no, January 10th.
Oh yeah, January. That's right. That's what you were saying.
Yeah, it's supposed to. That's the rumor.
Yep. buy the rumor, sell the news. So it's getting kind of
Mhm.
scary, like you're talking about, as we consolidate in this 40,000. It's super. I really enjoy seeing it stay in this 40,000 range over the last month. Many people, thought bloody October, something of those sorts, end of the year, tax harvesting. So it's, great to see that we're in an uptrend despite these typical, ideas of end of the year performance of typical markets. So yeah, speaking of future predictions, I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to hit that green line and break through it because, man, we're pre-halving coming up, the next few months here. We're already in here in 2024 now. And with all that being said, I just think the bullish momentum is going to push us above and beyond.
Well, when do you think we're going to hit that green line? What's your prediction on that?
With I think it might be a sell the news. I might not, I could be totally wrong on this. With this, once in a lifetime event of traditional finance, officially recognizing the cryptocurrency market as a asset class in which they will now provide services and products to their clients. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So we could see Bitcoin do some crazy things in the bullish scenario, or like I said, this could be all the hype drawing up to it and sell the news. So, I'm not a big trader. That's where I would defer to Goldwyn on his expertise. I'm more of the banker side. That's what I like.
I think this is my prediction. I think we'll run up to that green line by the 10th. And once we hit that green line, we take a dump and we come all the way down to the red line, which might be 36 by that time.
I mean, and that's possible. And that could be that last consolidation too that we need to have happen before we really start running up. But
I gotta ask though, what people right now who've bought Bitcoin over the last 8 months or so, like who's looking to sell? I feel we're kind of gotten to the bottom of the bear where it's all diamond hands now, and it seems that just with the growing adoption that it will only have new buyers coming into the market. There's that one metric.
Listen, I don't think it's going to be people like selling because they're freaking out. I think they see that they're all chart guys and they see, oh, look at all the shorts going on. I'm going to short the market now too. Buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing, and seeing how many long options are going. I think there's just typical market play, and I think they're going to pull it down to about 30. I think 38.
Well, and that's
maybe 37. 37. I'm going 37 as a low once it hits that green.
There's definitely tons of sharks in the water right now either way. So like you're saying, all the professionals, all the smart money, all of the individuals who take this very seriously, this is a prime time. So there's blood in the water, sharks are out. So yeah, it's I personally am not a trader, not trading during this time, but there's going to be volatility, I think, either way.
Yeah,
and that's that might be what Grayscale's doing too, right? They'll dump once they get they'll dump a few million Bitcoin or something, right, to get that spike down, and then they pick it up, right? So they dump it, pick it up, and now they have more for their ETF.
Mm-hmm. I am a bit worried. I don't much to do this right now. I don't have it pulled up, but the whole cash accounting and cash in, cash out with the ETF. I fear we'll have a paper Bitcoin scenario again, similar to like FTX, where they're able to print Bitcoin out of thin air and give it to their clients and such. And they're not really custodying the assets on behalf of the products they're selling. That's something that we don't want to see. And that's something, like I said, I'm not well read enough at this moment to make a informed decision. But at this time, that's just something I worry going forward is paper Bitcoin or paper cryptocurrencies and manipulation of just the price action and not the actual underlying currencies being bought and sold.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I really hope that once we do get to that point, hopefully the regulation will have quarterly things where they have to publish, they actually have the physical Bitcoin to back what they're saying.
That would be super, like you're saying, as we adopt, really strict traditional financial, historical kind of companies, I would hope they hold it to that same standard as they do with other products.
So what's this chart?
This is Ethereum. This is the one that was right after Bitcoin. Yep. So this is, I mean, again, look how well this uptrend is going for Ethereum. We're testing this orange layer. This is the Fibonacci retracement.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, every time we get to a new line, that's resistance. So you can see it's hitting its head, it's hitting its head, it's hitting its head. And again, the more times it hits that line, the weaker it gets. So again, what it'll do is it'll punch through, it'll sell off a little bit, it'll hold that orange line, and then it'll shoot all the way back up to that green line. So, it could come back down to the purple line or whatever you want to call it, the trend resistant line, but I don't think so. I think that Ethereum's primed, is ready to punch through that next level, and once it punches through that next level, it'll go all the way up to the green line, which is at looks like about $2,700 is the top of the green line.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I don't think it's going to touch that blue line.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch a lot of the Ethereum maxis really have a ball, or rather have not a ball, where Solana's been pumping, and a lot of the narrative of, oh, these kind of L2 scaling solutions for Ethereum, right? Oh, Ethereum's slow and not able to handle all the transaction volume. So Solana is the new kid in town who's going to take all the gains, but I think Ethereum will have its day. It will have its pump. It's just fun to watch in the short term, them having to defend themselves and act like everything that's being built for Ethereum and everything that's come to this point is non-existent. But don't get me wrong, there are serious, questions, I guess, long term down the road. But we do have L2 scaling solutions and such, so I think it's gonna be just fine. Yeah, I bullish Ethereum into this next cycle, no doubt.
Yeah, well, I've been hearing a lot of talk about a couple different coins flipping Ethereum. So we'll see what this is the year that.
I mean, they talk about that every cycle, right? BNB flipped Ethereum briefly, right? Last cycle, so it's possible. But is it ever going to be that one of those things like it's going to flip and hold? Yeah.
BNB flipped Ethereum?
Yeah, last cycle.
For like a day?
Yeah, it was pretty short lived. I think BNB had that route. They rallied and got it. They took pictures and then it crashed back down.
Yeah, they always, like Goldwyn was saying, they, you don't want to be known as, oh, I'm the Ethereum killer, I'm the whatever, I'm the top guy's replacement. Like, no, you got to be your own thing. You got to be Bitcoin. You got to be Ethereum. You don't want to be second or third place, right? You want to be first or different. So I don't know. I see a lot of promising things, stuff like Avalanche and other EVM that are doing quite well right now, other blockchains. But yeah, I don't know. If I would have to say one, like I said, with Solana's adoption, partnerships with Visa and such, like, I think there's still, it seems they've done quite well to recover from their damage from being involved with FTX and the kind of relationship they had. But I think, yeah, well, I don't personally think if I would put my bet on January 1st, I think Ethereum will hold its place. But, this market has surprised me more than once. And Happy New Year, everyone in the chat. What's going on, everyone? Welcome in. Thanks for showing up tonight.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys. Let us know what you did in the chat over the holidays.
Yeah.
How was y'all's New Year's Eve? Did y'all have a great time? I'm sure y'all did. I'm glad everyone was safe.
And if you haven't already, like and subscribe, man. The more you guys help us out, the more we can reach other people to influence them, to teach them about Elephant.
Yeah, each one teach one about crypto, DeFi, elephant money, and just all of these exciting opportunities that are coming in this upcoming year in 2024.
Speaking of Elephant, let's talk about Solana.
Is this Solana or is this BNB?
This is Solana.
Okay. Well, then you can see how Solana, when it punched through the orange layer, see how it tested what we were talking about, the resistance, and then it just shot all the way through the orange layer and up into the green layer. That's when Solana did its big run, and everybody was like, their mind was blown of Solana taking off. But go back to the chart, HG. So as you can see, it punched through. It almost got all the way to the top of that next zone, and then it came back down. So what it's doing now is it's now reconsolidating on the orange line, the new resistance line. So what it'll do is it'll crap sideways a little bit, but then once everybody knows that that's a solid floor again, it'll run up to that green and hold that green, and then it'll start bouncing off that green. So we have two near trend lines. Those are the little white lines. So you can see it's holding the top one, but that's a weaker one. That's a more localized trend. So it'll probably come back down. It actually, I think what'll happen is it'll crab sideways until that white line touches the orange line of the bottom trend line, and then I think that's when it goes on another run. up to the top of the green zone there.
Well, I mean, if Bitcoin takes a dump like I think it will on January 10th, then I don't think it's going to hold that first line. I think it's going to drop down to that second line.
Yep. And that's what it'll do. It'll run that second line again up until that resistance line. It really depends. That's a pretty solid, that one looks like 109, 110. That's a pretty solid floor for Solana. So it has a lot of, history of being resistance and support.
So what do you think Solana's going to do this year?
Me personally?
No time frame, just in this year. What do you think the high is going to be?
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't really followed Solana. Solana was probably one of my biggest winners last year, but I literally know nothing about it. I know that it was pumping. One of the groups I was in was preaching Solana. I bought in about 75 and sold at 225. So it was one of my bigger winners last cycle.
I think we'll get to 170. I think that'll be the high for this year.
No way.
For 2024, you're saying 170 is the complete high, you think?
Yeah. What do you think it's going to
go higher? I'm going to say it's going to hit that 220. I think, maybe more, maybe a 3x, so maybe 300 or so.
For
if
this
we really
year?
see the halving happen in April this year, and then 6 months go by, maybe we're in October or so, we're already kind of seeing all of this activity prior to the halving. I mean, I'm gonna be a bull. I think, this year we could see maybe even $300 Solana if it continues the trend and we get the retail. Retail's still not here. If you're watching this right now, you are ahead of the curve of the masses of coming into crypto. You can see on-chain activity, see how many wallets are being active, see the amount of stable coins entering different L1s, and really understand where you sit in relationship to other market participants. But yeah, right now it's still, the retail is not here. This is fundamentally liquidity and people who are already into crypto and involved in the market.
I think it had a pretty good pump at the last couple of weeks, last month really, and I think we're going to trade sideways, up and down. I think the high is going to be 170. And you think 300?
Yeah, when I'll back this up as well, I follow a few DGen chats. I always just like to put your finger, little birdie told me this, little birdie told me that. Always got to know what's going on. And I just see these kids just buying these random coins on Solana. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like every 5 minutes there's a new meme coin launch, and that's all they do. They're like, oh, I'm gonna throw one Solana in it. Up it rugged in first 8 minutes, or it 20x, but
it's a lot easier to throw in $100 versus $500. Well, hell, Solana was $20 just 2 months ago.
Yeah. And so, some people who accumulated, I mean, you can see the chart here. We know that's the smart money accumulates right here, the last April till, October. And, when I just see all these, activity driven by like those type of trades and kind of that more meme coin market, I think that's always an indicator that of what's to come. And that's also indicative, I think, sometimes of more of a retail mind trading around different S coins. Family friendly stream here tonight. But so I don't know. I think the network activity, the whole kind of culture, Solana has its own type of people. Ethereum has their own type of people. Bitcoin Maxi has their own type of people. And I think their tribe is growing. And so, I could see them being successful this year.
Yeah, I think you guys are low. The all-time high for Solana was 260. So, I think we're going to be in the 500 to 600 range easy.
But for this year though, that's what I'm saying. Isn't the height of the bull market supposed to be next year?
I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, but if I am, I am. Yeah.
No. So, hey, today's the day for predictions. Make them bold, make them proud. Yeah,
that's right.
All right, what do we got here? Cardano.
Well, you skipped BNB. Are you going to go back to it?
No, I didn't. I'm going in order. Solana, Cardano.
Well, back. Where's BNB? BNB should have been after Ethereum.
Listen, I didn't make this.
I know. Did I just totally lose it?
There's no BNB.
Well, I guess we have no BNB left today.
No BNB. Oh my gosh!
I made the chart. biggest thing about BNB is it hasn't ran as much as all the other ones. We're in a defined uptrend, and we just broke through a new resistance level. So that's good for all you BNB maxis. You know, this last what did we pump, like $40?
Yeah, it's
Like almost overnight. So that pushed us right through the next resistance, and now we're holding resistance at that 310 mark. So
I really like that about, I know FTX did this, but I'm saying when people purposefully know TA guys are watching resistance and support, and something like BNB's, dramatic push through resistance and reestablishing support, like that always helps build, the chart for its later entries. But overall with BNB, like you're mentioning, it's kind of lagged the other L1s and such. So it's still, I think, a great trade to get involved even now. And even more so, specifically for Elephant Money Unlimited NFT holders, they're smiling ear to ear because not only is their underlying principle there, the Unlimited NFT is priced in BNB. So their NFTs went up in value, and thus also the yield being generated is also gone up. So that's exciting for holders of the NFTs.
So I'm a holder of the NFTs, and I don't care about the value of the NFTs, to be honest with you. I know I know some people do. Some people are like, "Oh yeah, they doubled in price. Let me sell." No, I'm going to hold them long term. It's going to be profitable, pay out every day. It's going to be paying me out. So honestly, I don't care what the price of BNB is for the aspect of my NFTs.
Mm-hmm.
But for the elephant money price, I mean that's always a plus.
do you guys think way down the line, you think NFTs will be able to be used as collateral?
Like for what do you mean? Like for taking out a loan against or something, like some sort of NFT? I've seen a few NFT kind of marketplace
That's a good idea.
allow you to do so. And I mean, I totally could see, I saw with like, the board Ape Yacht Club and other blue chip NFTs, once they have a lot of adoption and a lot of success around them, I mean, more and more projects want to be involved with the project as well. So I could totally see that happening. I'm not quite sure on, you guys know any NFT marketplaces on the Binance Smart Chain? Yeah, I'm not sure if like OpenSea, I don't think they even do like lending and stuff, but
I think there's one on elephant.money.
yeah, that which is really awesome to have it local on our on the bank site. So yeah, but yeah, I could see as adoption grows, I mean, people want to touch things that are getting adoption, and especially paying you the highest yield out of any NFT on the market, no matter what chain you try to search for. So I mean, yeah, I think that could be something in the future, maybe.
Yeah, that's interesting. I never thought about that, but that could be definitely something cool. Maybe on a Pancake Swap, or what is it, Venus?
Venus, yeah, or something like
Venus.
that.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
And AG, like you're saying, I too, as like a long-term investor, I agree with you. Day to day, I'm like, oh, BNB is up $20 or it's down $20. Like, it's right now we're in the bear, so it's cool. It's like I'm just trying to accumulate. I'd rather it stay low. But what I think is really a positive thing when it comes to like showing the success, right? We can have all of these, stats that are verifiable on chain. We have all of these people who bought, at one BNB when it was $200, $215. And now we're, sitting in the middle of round two. And what are we at now? That $200 investment's at $660 or so.
Yeah,
That's a 3x in a bear. Look at what everyone else has done, right? As Cardano stayed for 8 months, in a tight range doing nothing. And so, I mean, that's huge to say, look at what's happening when, like I said, when retail's not even here. And it's just great, I think, for marketing, and also just to show the proof is in the pudding. You don't have to hype them up. We don't have to have guys like us be like, they're good. They speak for themselves. I mean, math doesn't lie. Check the scoreboard. So that's what I really enjoy, is the proof is in the pudding. Yeah.
So what do we got going on in Cardano?
Cardano's lagging. That's what I said. It hasn't pumped like all the other ones. So really, if you're a Cardano fan, you can see we're still in that major accumulation zone. We haven't even hit the top of the very first rebound zone. So all these other ones that you're seeing that are up in the orange and green areas, that means they've already ran. Look at poor Cardano. Still Cardano's always lagged. But what it'll do is, as you can see, it'll have these big green jumps over 2 days, where all the volume will come in and it'll push it up another 20 cents. So
they're lagging in smart contracts too. Where's their smart contracts at? I'm just kidding. I don't know if they're out or not. I always like that jab, but it is true. How can you have a blockchain and not have smart contracts, not have that? I don't know.
It's
I'm
coming
not a
though, isn't
Cardano
it?
fan.
Yeah, the new I think that's what that last green pump wasn't there? Whatever their Voltaire or whatever the next one is. I think Voltaire was the previous. But
I think that green jump was the entire market.
Yeah, I
it
think they're riding the
could have
wave.
been.
I've got a nightmare story about Cardano. I've never bought it myself, never held it myself, but individuals I've worked with and talked with. This one girl I was talking with, a coworker of hers, she works at like a dentist office kind of situation. I think he's like the dentist at the facility, but they're all talking crypto when the market's all pumping. And this is when Cardano was around $2.20 or so. And I think he put in like $300,000. And, it pumped to $3 for like a month or a day or so. And then I think 3 was the top, something around 320, something like that.
Yeah.
And since then, so now his 300 grand was worth like 120 grand, 90 grand, 70 grand. And he's asking her to ask me, like, what do you think about Cardano? This. Like, I heard my friend. I'm like, that's personally one that I'm not, and I don't really prefer out of all the other competitors for other cryptos that do the same kind of thing that it's trying to accomplish. But so that dentist right there, man, he had to get some extra cavities, some extra filling appointments or something, because he's wrecked and he's holding that bag there. That's one bag holder I know.
Yeah, I did pretty good with Cardano. I bought it, I think, on an average of 69 cents and then 89 cents. And then ended up selling up like at $2.98.
Wow.
And then I bought back in around $1 and wrote it down.
My average buy on Cardano was about 10 cents.
Yeah. You still got it?
No, I sold it for XRP and then lost it all to VOD. So
you said, where'd you lose it on? The VOD? What was that?
VOD.
Yeah. VOD was like
Celsius.
Like Celsius, but over in Singapore. And they gave yield on XRP. And well.
Oh, okay. I remember you mentioning that. Yeah, you had it staked there or something, and it's gone.
I think I just got some of mine back from the bankruptcy, though. I think I got like 3,000 back, but it's in my wallet that I don't have access to at the moment.
And there we go again, right? About centralized exchanges, not your keys, not your crypto.
What do you mean it's in your wallet that you don't have access to?
It's on my offline wallet.
But you do have access to it, right?
Yeah, just not right now, not in Nevada. It's on my laptop at my house.
Oh, okay. You scared me there for a minute. I'm like, wait, you gave him an address that you don't have access to? What are you talking about?
I have access, just not today, to verify if it's in my account. I got an email saying, "Congratulations, we sent you your money." So I just haven't verified that yet.
All right. So now, speaking of XRP, here we're at.
Yeah, look, XRP is solid. This is a daily chart, so it's 8 months of data, sustained uptrend, right? Or pushing again. You have that resistance line of the red. So once we clear that and have it come back down and hold as support, then we'll run back up to that almost $1, whatever the top of that orange zone is. That's our next resistance part. But XRP is running. You could see the big shout. When was that? July. See where July went all the way to the top of that orange line? Where did it stop? Resistance line.
Yeah.
It's amazing, right? And that was when they beat the SEC, and then what did it do? It came over the next month. It crashed all the way back down to trend line.
And that's one of the stories I have today. XRP wallets just hit 5 million holders. So there's 5 million, I guess, XRP wallets or wallets holding XRP that are outside of just, I guess, centralized exchange holdings as well. So I think that's super bullish. Like I said, I personally don't hold any XRP. Shout out to Mason OOG. I know he's waiting for this mega pump. But it's interesting to see, just like that's one of the most adopted cryptocurrencies in the world, XRP is. So when the bull comes, once again, if I could see this pumping to high heaven as well.
You know what I feel the problem with XRP is? They have a shit ton of coins. They have a shit ton of coins that the main XRP distributor has access to, right? They get 1 billion coins a month released, and they can either roll them back and lock them back up again, or they can sell them. So when the the creator has so much access to the coins, and they get released every single month. Sure, they don't want to blow up their price either, right? Because that's their money in the end. But man, I don't know. I
Yeah,
have some. I have
that's
some. It's got mass adoption. It's gonna be used.
Mhm.
But I just all these pie in the sky numbers when
Yeah,
there's
it's not going to $22. I've
yeah.
seen
Oh
that.
yeah, that is one huge criticism. They have the funniest. Maybe you should take we should take their approach. Elephant's going to $80. It's at 0.000001 right now, but it's going to $80.
Yeah.
Like XRP Army, like they
Five
have some
595. It's going to $595.
big believers. And it's funny too. They think they're gonna flip a switch. They're like, whenever the U.S. federal government's gonna start using XRP, and it's gonna go to $500 overnight.
I'm like, they're not
I'm
going to
like,
do
you guys are on something else. I don't know.
that.
Yeah, something, man. It's that hopium mixed with something.
Mhm.
And I
Been
always try
drinking
to
the
be like,
Kool-Aid
what
too
is
much.
there something? But I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
skeptical as well. That's where I'll
So what's
leave
your
it at.
predictions then? My prediction is 550.
My prediction is I hope it goes twice as high as ADA so I could sell half and get my ADA back.
Okay, so what? That's $6.
I don't know. I want 10. $9. I'll sell half my XRB at $9.
I remember the only time I just
don't think
had
it's
to
gonna get to 9.
recall the only time I ever held Poloniex. The only time I held XRP was on Poloniex, which is a
Mhm.
leverage trading like exchange site, and I had like 300,000 position of like I had like 3x multiplier. But I don't know, whatever happened to that. But that's the only time I think because the chart looked bullish. But that was 5 years ago or so, something like that. It's just crazy how long it's been around. And yeah, its giant pump was just broke $3.40 or so, stagnated all this last cycle, hit a high of 176, 180. And so I'm going to put my prediction. I think with all this adoption, 5 million plus holders, I'm going to put on record. I think it's going to hit $3 again.
Oof.
This year
This year,
or all time?
I'm gonna say $2 this year. $2 this year. I think we're gonna see it's just like that resistance. It's gonna hit
Mhm.
the previous high of last cycle, and we'll
And
maybe break that going into 25.
I
or
like
so.
that. Yeah, I think that's a good prediction. I think $2 for XRP and all-time high for XRP is like right around $5, 5.25 maybe,
Wow.
and that's probably
Yeah.
next year.
I agree because all those people that bought the top last year are just waiting to dump, right? So
Mhm.
it's the same thing.
And
You have
and
all
kind of like
those
you're
people.
mentioning, Goldwyn, with that issue of when teams give themselves a huge
Mhm.
supply of it in the name of marketing, in the name of development, in the name of feeding my family, right, feeding my kids. It spawns that issue of, like you're saying, they're dumping their own price, they're hurting themselves, but in the name of continuation. And that's something also Chainlink has had a huge issue with Link, the foundation, constantly jumping. I think it's like 25 million or 20. I don't know if it was dollars or tokens or something, but it's just crazy. When you're trying to be forward thinking and do the best for your holders and such, and you end up just kind of skimming off them nonstop.
I think we forgot to give our predictions for ADA Cardano.
Ooh.
What was its
What was
last
all-
cycle high? Let me pull it up here. I'm
It was,
curious.
I think it was 309. I think was the high. I think that's what it was. 309.
Oh, that's what I see
Yeah.
here.
Maybe-
Yeah,
maybe
Cardano, same thing. I
Wow,
know they have
309.
staking.
Was it 309?
It was 309.
That's funny. They have staking now, I think, as well. So that always will help, right, with people locking up their liquidity for making passive, gains and such, and everything like that. And adoption with the network as people lock up their and stake their tokens. So yeah, I think 309 this year. I don't know. There's so much more competition. I gotta say this now too, because this is a fallacy a lot of people make. They think the tokens that did well last cycle will do well this cycle, and there's always a new kid in town, a new game in town.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna be a little bit more bearish for now. They definitely have a long outlook. Charles Hodgkinson they have a ton of money too. So, and they have a vision. But anyway, that's another story. But yeah, I don't know. I think this year I'll say $1. I don't think it's gonna get over $1 this year.
I think it's going to go to. It's at 61 cents right now.
I'll say $1.50. I'll say $1.50 because I'm looking at it now. You're right. It's already at 70, 30 cents in the whole year. I'll say $1.50. It'll double.
Yeah, between $1.50, $1.75, and then all-time high. I think we go to shy of $6. I think it'll be $5.90. $5.94.
Oh, this year?
No, total for the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cycle high.
Yeah, cycle high.
Okay.
$5.95, $5.94.
Whatever it is, as long as XRP is 2x.
All right, what's this? We got some elephant on the charts.
Let's do trunk first. So
Okay.
yeah. Justin Kelly asked about trunk. So you can see this is trunk. This is a pretty tight chart. Yeah, this is a 1 hour chart. So this is only the last week or so. Yeah, it looks like
about 2 weeks or so. Yeah, last month of
No.
December, kind of.
Yeah, about 2 weeks. But so you can see once it got turned on, Justin, one right there, when that big green candle, that was when it was confirmed that Bertha was buying. And like we said, that FOMO was going to come in. So again, now we're in a sustained uptrend. You can kind of see the two yellow lines are making a rising wedge there. That's a good sign. So almost parallel. It should run in that corridor. It'll go up, hit that yellow line, come back down. But now that it's buying every day, again, it's not a whole lot that it's buying every day. But as the treasury gets bigger, it's going to buy more and more and more. And the longer it goes and people sees that Bertha is buying, minting and selling, and burning trunk, the true OGs are going to come in and start buying again. 100%.
Yeah, I'm super bullish. I'm hoping it stays at this 10-cent range because I'm personally still accumulating and minting Trumpet. Because like you're mentioning, as Bertha scales, as we continue to go deeper into the the constant product formula for the elephant token, we're just going to see Bertha have multiples. So while correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, right now is it 2% APR for the buy and burn for Trunk?
Oh, I thought it was 3.
No, I think I heard 2, but I had that hasn't been 100% confirmed yet.
Okay,
but I do believe it was 2%.
I'll say 2 now. So 2% of a $75 million treasury currently, right? Once we see these multiples happen, that $75 million treasury is $400 million, right? We're just seeing that everything scales and it turns into that hyper deflationary kind of situation if Bertha is buying them all up and burning them. And also with the sex listings coming up, the centralized exchanges, I think that will be another catalyst.
Whoa, what did you say?
The sex, CEX. You don't have sex, having your tokens on sexes. But I saw a good T-shirt. I need to open up a T-shirt store, man. I got so many good ideas up here, and especially Elephant Money. I like their store too, but I got some more Bertha merch coming for you.
We can do that. Our store.
Yeah, all of the, like Golden's saying, when people find out kind of the mechanisms behind this token, what makes it different, why is it have, I think we're going to start seeing the soul of elephant present itself, as we can kind of already see as the token gets pushed upward. But so yeah, I think I'm trying to accumulate. So take your time on that on those listings, but and both do your thing.
Yeah,
because we're still, I don't know right now, because like you're mentioning as well, the Dune dashboards are being updated to take into account all of these new mechanisms and such. But we're between 60 and 160% APR right now. So I think that will only attract more individuals looking for passive income as well when they find out, whoa, this token not only is hyper deflationary, but I can get this high yield on it. I mean, it's already super high. So can't imagine what it's going to be when, like I said, Bertha's 4 or 5 times larger.
Right. If you guys haven't switched your Trump or your Stampede over to Trumpet, you guys need to do that. It's pretty simple. You just go into Stampede, click the button that says transfer to Trumpet, and all of your trunk that's in Stampede gets moved over, and it's now liquid. So Justin, you said you've been away a little bit. Things to note about trunk is it's a capped supply now. So we're guessing that the total is about 120 million, and then now it's deflationary. So it's a fixed supply with deflationary mechanisms involved. If you have liquid trunk, you should put it into Trumpet, as long as you're going to be holding for more than 30 days, in my opinion, because then that 30 days basically covers your in and out fees. 5% in, 5% out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just bought some 2 days ago.
You bought some trunk?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yep. Yeah, I wish I would have got some down there when we hit that 8 cents again. I'd been watching it, but I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, I know. I bought right before it crashed.
Mm-hmm.
That was me.
I had $450, and I was going to buy some B&B with it. And I was waiting for it to dump, and it went up in price again. And I was like, jeez. I'm like, all right, I'll just buy some trunk.
That's always the way. So what's up with elephant?
All right, let's check it out. You tell me what's going on here, Golden.
This is a 4-hour chart, and we're just in consolidation mode. You can see, remember a couple weeks ago, we were talking about how it was approaching that green downtrend line. That's our trend line since we corrected, since we crashed, or whatever you want to call it. So that's been our long-term trend line down. So as we came to it, what did we do? The second we broke that green trend line, look at the buy volume.
Oh, wow. I see it. Yeah.
So, and that's probably when we turned Bertha back on, and it just shot straight through and crushed that that line that's been holding us down.
Now was that the $1 million mark or no? We haven't.
Yes,
have we?
I think so. I think that was when he finally got it all isolated down, and it got back in.
So we already spent that $1 million, 1.2 million.
Yep. So I think
I thought
we even brought it up on our last stream, I believe, or the week before, where we discussed, if you show the chart there again, where right there, like you're mentioning at that intersection, right, that's when the buy $1 million went in, and we broke once again the downtrend. So it's really powerful to help. That was a great timing in terms of the liquidity injection to help the chart, go back to I guess uptrend or consolidation at least.
Yeah, he already bought the NFTs with those.
Yeah, he bought about $1 million worth, and then there was B&B was held for the B&B reserve, and he created a trunk B&B pool on PancakeSwap with some of the B&B and the remaining trunk that was in the trunk redeem queue. No, the trunk
treasury.
The trunk treasury, right?
Did he use the trunk treasury, right? That went to the LP for the trunk BNB or WBNB, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. And that's exciting too, now being, no longer tied to just a BUSD, which is now being phased out. It's going to be exciting to see having, just like when BNB pumps, right? It helps Elephant's price, right? It should help Trunk's price as well.
All right. So Nathan, to answer your question, yes. The $1 million bought NFTs, I think the total was right at 1,900.
Was the total, wasn't like 1.2 million, and that million was for NFTs, the other 200,000 was the other stuff you mentioned?
Yeah, correct. So about BNB put BT put a report out saying exactly where the money went. So $1 million went to NFTs, roughly 1,900. I think it was a little shy of 1,900. And then I think it was like 1.3 total went to it. So, or went to the transition.
Yeah. And we have to mention as well, I mean, everyone listening at home tonight and abroad and tomorrow, anyone is eligible for those, what was it, 1,900 NFTs that were minted? 3 per month are being given away in a writing contest on Medium, where you can submit a article regarding elephant money, about NFTs, futures, elephant token, anything regarding the protocol. And if you're in the top 3 views for that month, you will receive an NFT sponsored by CryptoZoa. We'll have that information in the description below. But this is a great way, by simply, each one teach one. Simply, if you're a writer or some sort of content producer, this is a way you could get paid. And this is a super appreciating asset that pays you passive income.
Do you know how long it has to be?
Nationwide. Sorry, what was that?
I said, do you know how long it's supposed to be?
How long? What is supposed to be?
It didn't. There was no length requirement.
Okay, yeah. So it could be like an essay, just something like
just very short. There's some great articles. You can kind of look at some other people who have written Medium articles. Typically, the format with Medium is like you have a title, you'll have your intro and such, and it's really cool because Medium allows you to add like images and GIFs like within the kind of the article. So I find that to be quite enjoyable to read and learn about different things on Medium. But yeah, it's no requirement. So we can put a picture of AG's face going like this, and if it gets the elephant, 2 thumbs up. And I don't know if that would get accepted, but anyway. But yeah, it's got to be just a high, well written and perfect, a nice article, and
yeah,
you get the views, you get the NFT.
I think I'll do it, man. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try win me an NFT.
I'm pretty sure that Patrick said there are requirements you have to get with him because it has to be published under the Cryptozoa banner.
Well,
And
he's
it
in
has to
charge
be
of that, right?
He's in charge of it. So and everything. So he's kind of the gatekeeper. So you have to submit it, and he reviews it. And if he doesn't think it's good enough, he doesn't publish it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's true. Well, I mean,
is Patrick here? Patrick, are you
Patrick,
here?
are you in the house?
If so, pop in.
And
Or say
we'll
hi.
have, like we mentioned, all of those details below, so you'll be able to review them at a later time. But
Yeah.
it's definitely a great way. I mean, that's 3 per month. Let's say,
Yeah.
times 12, that's 36 this year. Right now we're at round 2.5. So that's 2 BNB. That's a $650 value. I mean, you're looking at potentially like, just from, your writing an article, you can make like, $4,000 this year or something, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And DeFi J, one thing that you need to know is BT was saying that there are, just like for writing with Patrick Cryptozoa, there is going to be YouTube content creator as well. I don't know if it'll be 3 for YouTube, but he said that, I know the things he said was 4
1,
videos
2,
a month.
3, 2, 3.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Wishful thinking.
but so there will be for content creators as well on like YouTube as well. So we just don't know the specifics like the 3 per month for writing.
Yeah, I really like. I haven't found really any Elephant Money, content producer. Everyone always has like really high quality videos, especially DeFi J. If you guys haven't had a chance yet,
Shout out.
check out
Yeah.
DeFi J's Elephant Money series. He goes really in depth and really high quality video. Can't recommend it enough. So
I've watched like 3 of your videos this week while I was, just hanging out in the hotel room.
Hey,
trying to warm up.
Justin and Nathan, I see, like you said, you don't have a lot of extra cash. Write an article, right? Get it published through Patrick Cryptozoa, and then it'll go. All you gotta do is get people to read and clap, so you can win an NFT. Also, every Wednesday, an NFT is given away at the Twitter Spaces or X Spaces.
Yeah, and here's a little alpha. All right, y'all come in closer. Come in closer. Some alpha. On the X Spaces, participate. If you participate, you're more likely to be in the running to get the NFT for that week. So raise your hand, ask to be a speaker, tell what you've done to each one, tell what you've done to how you found Elephant Money, right? That's all. It's a community and meeting every Wednesday. And that's a great time, like you're saying, just to share your story. And just like these writing competitions, simply by sharing your story, your journey, your experience, your questions, your knowledge, that's how getting involved, you get rewarded for it. I mean, I don't know. I'm following a lot of projects and they're not giving away. So what that's three a month, that's 4 a month, retail value 650 times 4, $3,000 a month in rewards for, producing of content. So that's an ongoing thing. So that's a little alpha. Join the call, participate.
Yeah, I've missed the last 2 X Spaces. So
Also,
is that what it's called? X Spaces? Twitter Spaces.
Yeah, it'll always be Twitter to me. Come on.
Yeah. I know it's so hard in my mouth. I'm always like, guys, did you see the X post? I'm like, I can't even say
it sounds
tweet.
dirty.
Did you read the tweet?
Yeah.
So guys, I know that we weren't live last week, but if you didn't catch the Christmas special, we had All Things Ethon. He dropped a lot of info on yield farming and things like that.
Airdrop
farming, excuse me. Yeah. So if you were always been curious on how people are getting airdrops, check out that video.
Yeah, I think that's another great way, like you're mentioning, if you're short on cash or, things are tight around the world, no doubt. So, use that stuff like that. By participating, that's how you get airdrops, by simply doing a 1 penny trade or $1 trade on a new DEX, or, bridging over funds to like, a new chain. And like Goldwyn mentioned, All Things ETH gave a couple of alpha points to look into airdrop farming. These are all ways that you can earn crypto simply just by participating.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, so, total brain fart. Continue.
What we got next for the chat? We got,
what was I going to say?
One thing to note: there will never be airdrops from Elephant. So
good point.
If you're in the Elephant community and you see something that says, "Hey, get your airdrop," or "Did you get your free tokens?" or if you transfer to Stampede, if you transfer your Stampede, click here for your free airdrop. There's no airdrops, none.
I need to get a little red flag. I can grab it and be like, red flag, red flag. Exactly. That can't be stressed enough. There's scammers about people every day. People for high quality projects like Bitcoin, Ethereum, top blue chip cryptos, people want those because they're highly valuable. And so Elephant's no different. People every day are getting impersonated, and
they'll know about it eventually.
Calling the new people in the chat, and people are going, "Why is Bank Teller calling me?" And he has a thick accent. I can't really understand. Right? That's not Bank Teller. He's not calling you. And there's no airdrop. There's no free Elephant. There's no right. Like, so just think with your head. Yeah. But
so
point out.
Who is in control of doing the YouTube influencer giveaway?
He said SK. He said SK was gonna. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's written. I think what it literally the X spaces cut out like the second he started talking about it. So he said he'll get somebody.
You think
like
that's planned?
Probably. But he said something
stop it.
like how Patrick is kind of running the publication one. SK will kind of monitor to see if you're meeting the requirements, because I think for YouTube and stuff like that, I don't think it's going to be a set amount. It's if you meet the requirements, which will be, I think it was 4 videos per month and some kind of view number. He didn't say what that view number would be.
I was thinking. Finish. No, I like to interrupt people.
I'm gonna interrupt too right now. Let me interrupt you guys right now. I have nothing to say. I'm just continuing to interrupt you right now.
Go ahead, Goldwyn.
So I think for YouTube,
back to you, Zach.
What I really think about Goldwyn's point. Goldwyn, continue.
I think if you hit the requirements, you get the NFT. I think that's what it's going to be for like YouTube. So
okay. Well, I was thinking, I'm like, if we could figure out who is in charge of that, we should bring him on the show and do like a whole show about the giveaway, like do like an award ceremony. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh yeah,
like on the channel, so we get all we can fit up to 10 different YouTubers.
Oh, we could, yeah, that'd be nice.
On here, and the nominee for best actor for Elephant Money goes to.
We gotta have our own little golden little elephants. I got this one right here. I got it's not gold, but I got my glass one.
Nice.
I like it. Where'd you get that at?
I got it. I was in Helen, Georgia, at one of the little glass.
Oh, I love that place.
Things, and I walked in and I saw an elephant. I said, "I gotta get that," of course. So yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's pretty.
All right, you guys ready for the news?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get in it.
And now it's time for the latest news with Zac Minter on the Rugs to Riches show.
Welcome, everyone. Can you guys see my screen all right here?
We can see it. Did you like how I accidentally played the wrong intro?
Yeah, I was like, it's a little longer than I remember.
Yeah, the Elephant Money news. And I'm like, wait a minute. We're not doing Elephant Money news. We're doing latest news.
Yeah, that's right. Welcome, everyone. Today's first story, the man, the unfortunate myth and unfortunate infamous legend, I guess, Mr. Sam Bankman-Fried. The recent news has come out that the U.S. will not go ahead and continue with their second time on the additional charges that they had pressed against him. They're going to have a second trial where he was going to face other accusations regarding other crimes he may or may not have committed. If you don't recall, right, SBF, he recently was found guilty of 7 different charges that were brought against him in a courtroom. And he is currently now awaiting his sentencing for those, for being found guilty. And that was in relationship to that $8 billion worth of customer funds related into the FTX implosion. So on top of that, though, so he's already been found guilty, now awaiting sentencing. He also was going to face 6 other charges relating to campaign finance violations, conspiracy to commit bribery, and conspiracy to operate in an unlicensed money transmitting business. However, they're claiming this is such a strange, I don't get this myself. The prosecutor said that there's a strong public interest in resolving this case. Therefore, we're not gonna have a second trial. We're not gonna worry about all of these things like campaign finance and bribery charges and etc.
So we're coming up into a new campaign season, so we don't want a black eye for them for illegal campaign funds. I get it.
Yeah, this is Biden.
Oh my goodness.
Because I'm not sure how much you guys followed, but I mean, SBF himself said he gave to both sides, the left and the right, and the center and the back, right? He was paying everyone out the wazoo.
Well, it's a known fact that that Biden took, I think, 1.4 for his campaign, I believe, or was it 4.1?
I think he was the largest donor, right? Yeah. On record, SBF was the largest donor to the Biden's campaign for 2020.
Well, if that's the case,
whatever it is, yeah.
If he was the largest, then it's more than 4 million.
Yeah, and
maybe it's 41 million.
So like just Golan was mentioning, election years and all that kind of stuff. It's just so sickening that they look out for themselves and etc. We're supposed to have rule of law over the land, and just something so blatant like this to just completely be like, okay, he's already been, he's gonna face a big punishment. We don't need to there's a strong public interest of this to be over. It's like, no, we want it to be over in the right way when it's fully resolved. Yeah.
That's dirty.
But on top of that as well, another crypto boss, Mr. CZ, he's been denied travel again to leave the U.S. as he awaits his next hearing. So right now, CZ cannot leave the U.S. ahead of his sentencing in February on one felony count for which he faces as many as 18 months in prison. And I was going to ask you guys got any plans in February? We can go see him live. I don't know if they'll have open to the public, probably not.
So where's he at right now? He's in the US, but where?
That's a good question. I think he's on the West Coast somewhere.
On the West Coast.
Yeah.
In San Francisco or Seattle.
Yeah, I believe it's one of those two. And that's what Zhao remains free on a $175 million bond, but must remain in the US. And so we'll see with CZ's future, right? They've already, the Binance is moving forward with compliance with the US and such. So now it just comes down to CZ's sentencing to see what he'll face. But we'll see it in February. Excuse me. Also in news that I mentioned a little bit earlier, XRP holders, they just hit a 5 million mark for their amount of holders in their army. And this is very bullish moving into this next market cycle. You can think of these 5 million holders as that foundation, and there's going to be new participants in the market, new retail. So right here it's saying as well, they recently they are setting up their compliance and such here in, I believe it was Ireland, if I didn't miss that. But right here, yeah, Ripple recently chose Ireland as its foothold to access the EU. And what that allows them to do is access license to their EU's 450 million person population. So that's just something I assume the EU members have participated in Ripple and holding Ripple, but this will just give them, I guess, even more access to listing on exchanges and such for more people to participate in the network.
Yeah, like Nathan said, can you imagine 5 million elephant holders?
I can't. Right now, what are we at? 30, or what are we at? 33,000 or so? I don't know off the top of my head. Do you guys know?
Yeah, it's somewhere right there in that 30,000 zone.
30,000. So yeah, that would be what, 1, 2 magnitudes larger, times 2. So yeah, man, that's the time's coming. Right. There's a time when only Bitcoin had 30,000 holders as well. So future's bright. Also, as well, the biggest Bitcoin bull in the world, Mr. Michael Saylor, the king, right? He's continuing to double down and buy more and more Bitcoin. You can never have enough Bitcoin, right? He's basically that college meme, the college kid meme of sleeping on an air mattress and just putting all of your money into Bitcoin, right? He's just doing that on the biggest scale, using his company and his software, all of his accumulated, career as building these software companies. He's using all of that. He's came to the conclusion, hey, that college kid's right. Maybe I should keep buying more Bitcoin. I still don't have enough.
Yeah, man.
Right now, we can see that the company currently is holding 189,000 Bitcoin worth $8.1 billion. So he's smiling ear to ear right now, because for a while when he was underwater and all the critics and all the naysayers and blah, 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 right now they're in profit, and we're entering, like we said, greener pastures. He's a happy guy.
I just love hearing that guy talk, man. Like, he's one of those people that just seems like he's really crazy smart. So,
yeah. And he has a way, like you're saying, it's always refreshing to, even though we talk about Bitcoin, this, that, but the different kind of approaches and different ways of thinking about what this technology is about. He does bring a very fresh perspective as well. He's not just, a moon boy.
He's kind of a moon boy, but
he's 100% a moon boy.
But not only just
he's a moon man,
educated moon boy, and he has the biggest conviction.
Listen, I mean, can I get $100 million loan at 0%?
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Hey, you can try. And kind of continuing on with these crypto infamous people who didn't have such a great 2023. I have a list here of other crypto people who have fallen this year, and it wasn't just SBF. So as we know, SBF, we just mentioned, FTX implosion, found guilty on all 7 counts. The court, the people who decided his guilty verdict, right? I think they only had to go back in the room for like 2 hours, something super quick, something unfound of, not common. But yeah, right here it was mentioned, the 12-member panel took only a few hours to convict him and denied bail. He sits in federal holding facility facing a lengthy prison sentence. He's in Brooklyn, New York, right here. Yep, he's in a federal jail in Brooklyn, and he'll be sentenced in March. So we'll fly to Washington to go see CZ in Seattle in February, hang out for a little bit, and fly back to New York to go see Mr. Bankman-Fried. But like we're talking about, just with all this kind of dismissal of these secondary charges, right? He was known for rubbing shoulders with celebrities like, Tom Brady and right, all these different politicians and right. But now, right, all of those ties and bribes and donations, we don't really need to look into those right now. It's all good. And it's interesting here, right? The FTX at its height looks like it was valued at $32 billion. And where's that money now? Well, we won't find out, because we're going to close the case. We're going to close it down.
Oh, that's dirty.
It's dirty, man. That's dirty is a clean word for what this is. Like, like what I'm getting at, like dirty doesn't even do it justice what this is. Man, I don't know what to say about it, but y'all got any thoughts about Mr. SBF before we move on to our next infamous crypto?
Listen, the fact that this dude could convince all these people to give him all this money, and then he just has mass orgies on an island that he bought for being the way he was.
Yeah,
like, that's impressive. I mean,
he got away. He got really far. He got really.
Did you see who he was with, though?
I mean, bragging about. Be choosers, but I mean, I would think that he was worth billions. He definitely should have had some higher class talent.
I think so.
I was always wondering why Goldwyn was making those trips to the Bahamas. I was like, do you have anyway? Just playing. Don't clip me on that.
Yeah.
Moving over to CZ, like we were mentioning as well, he's also, arguably even a larger figure in the crypto space, being he was the CEO of the most successful international cryptocurrency exchange, Binance, which he founded a little over 6 years ago. And right here, I thought is fascinating, right? This is just the power of cryptocurrency and blockchains and etc. But I mean, this is a centralized exchange, but they're handling over $10 billion a day in transaction volume, which is crazy, while not having a designated headquarters, which like they were always trying to find where they could go, just like Ripple's. And I guess they're setting up base in Ireland now. They've always were, I guess, trying to look for a home base as well, but never
I didn't hear that. Ripple's going to Ireland?
that was that, yeah, where I just pulled up. They're getting their license there right here. Where it says Ripple recently chose Ireland as its foothold to access the EU. With markets and crypto asset regulation going live by the end of next year, the industry actors can pick one member state from which it can passport its license to EU's 450 million population. So if I'm reading that correctly, it seems as if they have access to the EU market, given they have the proper regulations filed.
Yeah. That's crazy, since XRP was just approved by the Saudi or whoever it was as a medium of exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like we were mentioning here, right, he was arguably the most influential figure in the space, right? We have a very Western view of SBF. He's the crypto kingpin, that Forbes tried to put him on, he's the next Steve Jobs, whatever. And then, right, and it blows up, where this CZ never took customer deposits, never stopped withdrawals, never, took a loan out against customer funds, funds, right? Handling over $10 billion a day in transaction volume. I mean, CZ is the true, I think, crypto entrepreneur. I think he is undoubtedly the most successful one as well. I think he also may have the highest net worth of any cryptocurrency holder, more so even than, I think he has more even than a Vitalik, and he has in other
for sure
crypto billionaires as well. And he was able to put a $175 million bond.
Do you think he has more Bitcoin than Michael Saylor?
I'm not sure. You could look at the top Bitcoin holders and see if we could try to see that, but I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, based on the list that we had there, they didn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm the type of guy that likes to have 2 wallets. Zach's the type of guy that likes to have 35 wallets.
Yep.
If I had a bunch of Bitcoin, I would be diversifying into different wallets. So he might have the most Bitcoin. It just,
who knows?
Well diversified. I don't know. What do you think, Zach?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he probably is one of the biggest BNB holders, which means, hey, CZ, I've got there's these NFTs that pay really good yield with all that BNB just sitting around. I got a spot to show you. And that's something I think, maybe we won't get CZ's endorsement now. He'll probably continue. It's interesting. He's still active on X and such, but right, I think he will play kind of a backseat role moving into the next cycle and such. But he definitely has influence and such, but it'll be interesting to see. So like we're talking about the future of Binance, right? The company agreed to build proper anti-money laundering and anti-terrorist financing practices and appoint an independent monitor to make sure that they follow compliance over the next 5 years. So that's we'll see what the future holds for CZ in February. Another gentleman who has had a special showing on our show in the past, Mr. Do Kwon, the former and I guess she's a current, whatever, co-founder and former CEO of Terraforma Labs. Right, currently he's has been convicted in Montenegro for using a false passport, and right now he's charged by U.S. and South Korean authorities with fraud, and he's denying them. And right now he's sitting in a Montenegro prison waiting extradition. And right now, South Korea and the U.S. are fighting over who's going to get him. Right here, you can see Interpol issued a red notice on behalf of South Korean prosecutors, and then the U.S. Justice Department filed their own charges against the entrepreneur who surfaced online, claiming his innocence. Speaking of that, did you guys ever see that episode of Up Only with Kobe's podcast where Martin Shkreli came on, Do Kwon came on, SBF came on? Did you ever see that episode?
No.
That's a historical one right there. It's when Do Kwon's on the run from literal Interpol, CIA. He's on the run.
Yeah. So
and he just boop and to talk. Hey, what's up? The market's looking good. What we're doing right now. But yeah.
So do you think Kwon Do or whatever his name
Yeah,
is,
Do Kwon.
Do Kwon? I don't know.
Taekwondo, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he should be punished for everything he's done?
You
'Cause
know, that's such a good question. Go ahead, were you saying?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm missing something, but I feel like he's all he really did was just the ringleader of building a coin and trying to promote it and stuff. I don't know. I mean, it's not like he stole people's funds, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, like you said, like, can you fault an individual for just having a failed project or a failed token? There's thousands, there's 99% of crypto goes to zero. He's just another one of them. I
Hmm.
think where it draws the line is the size, right? Because of the implosion right here, it wiped out $60 billion in market capitalization in 2022. And then he went on the run from it. I mean, even if he didn't go on the run, they're going to try to get him for it. I think when it
Yeah.
comes to the size and scale, that's where, unfortunately, I don't know if it's justice, but law will be used in some sort of retribution to find what they may call justice. But I kind of agree with you. I don't understand necessarily the charges they're pulling against him, and necessarily agree that he's guilty of doing something malicious towards people involved in the project.
Hmm. What do you think, Cold One?
I think that he is going to be charged because a lot of big people lost a lot of money. If it was just a run of the mill project where the underlings or whatever you want to call the little
Yeah,
people, well,
people like
if they
us.
lost,
Yeah, the
yeah,
people, the normal
Yeah,
guy. Right?
the
us,
average Joe.
when we lose money, they don't care about those because Duquan lost, not
Hmm.
international money, but corporations money or whatever you want to call it. Now they're like, oh
Sure.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
So scale, like Zach was saying.
Yeah, and right here, that's when he was found in 2022 in March. Right, he was picked up on the tarmac at Montenegro's international airport as he was attempting to fly to Dubai on a fake Costa Rican passport. And I've seen, right, I believe
Mhm.
Dubai. Quote me if you guys know this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Dubai does not have that extradition relationship with the U.S.
Well, he
So
should have
that's
went there
why a
first.
lot of times they'll try to go run there and flee there in the hopes that they can then just not face getting called
Mhm.
out and having Dubai's government actually enforce it and send them off. So I think that's
Yeah,
their intention, but he was one flight short from making it. Ugh.
yeah. Wasn't Do Kwon the guy that stuck a thing up his ass?
That's
What's
right.
it called,
Yep,
a
that's
ledger?
right. He
Stuck a ledger.
supposedly, I don't have 100% truth on record, but supposedly he had a Trezor wallet.
Oh, Trezor. Oh,
A
that's even
Trezor,
worse.
that's a big one. That's like the size of this. He had this up his, where the sun don't shine, right? He had
Oh,
that, and that's what we say. You could have a ledger. A ledger is like, a ledger is this one.
yeah.
On the ledger, right?
Oh,
Ledger's
geez.
that one. Okay,
Yeah.
that I don't know. There's some sharp edges on this one though. I don't
Yeah.
know about the Trezor, right? Where's with this? But that yeah, you talk about the $6 million man, but where's the $6 million at?
Mm.
But yeah, I think that yeah, supposedly they found him traveling with crypto on his person.
Oh, there's
But
Patrick. Patrick, you are late to the show. We were asking you questions and you didn't respond to us.
better late than never. Welcome in, Patrick. Yeah, Patrick, we had mentioned about the awesome NFT competition, and yeah, we'll definitely have those details in the description below. Um, Moving on to another guy, this is an individual I'm not sure is as widely known as a lot of these other crypto faces. Mr. Alexei Pertsev. Sorry if I pronounced that, sir, but he was a Tornado Cash. He's the one of the I don't know if the
Oh,
head or the sole developer of Tornado Cash,
Mhm.
and the Dutch authorities accused the coder of facilitating money laundering for illicit actors, including North Korea's hacking syndicate Lazarus Group, and he pleaded not guilty. Right. This goes back to is the sins of a code. Right. If you write code and sins are committed using that code, are you held responsible for it? And right now, right, the Dutch authority and their government said yes. Right. They right here. After 2 days after the U.S. Treasury sanctioned Tornado Cash in August 2022, Dutch police detained Pertsev and held him without charges for months. So this spurred like a big outcry in the like crypto community, where he became a cause célèbre in crypto, as supporters argued he was being unfairly persecuted for writing software, and it's causing a chilling effect in the open source communities, where devs worry, hey, is this code going to be held against me? It stops innovation if we don't have the right, regulation and guardrails to allow innovation to occur. So this gentleman, like I said, is unfortunately, his particular DApp, which is Tornado Cash, which is used for many legitimate reasons, but also it's a double-edged sword. It's used by people like North Korea's hacker group.
What's the good reasons?
Privacy. So financial privacy. As you know, public blockchains are they're anonymous.
Public.
They're anonymous, but they're public. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so privacy is, if you value privacy, then something like Tornado Cash would be a DApp you could use. And so in other countries as well that maybe are, more persecuting towards, money and such, like, your finances, it's just another tool to be used in your available arsenal of tools. But right now he's in Amsterdam, and he's got a GPS device while he's awaiting his trial in March. So let me fix our flight schedule. So Seattle for CZ in February, Amsterdam in February, March, and then SBF, Brooklyn, and New York. JFK will fly in, in OCU.
I think what we'll do is we're going to build a newsroom setup, and Goldwyn and I will be here in the studio, and you'll be our offsite interviewer.
Hey, not a bad idea. I'll go stand out the building. I'll try to get in. I'll try to wear an elephant and walk in like all stealthily, and they're like, "What is this crazy guy doing here?" No, I'm just a reporter, guys. I'm just a reporter. That's a good idea, though. We'll talk about that some more.
Yeah. Now we're going live with Zac.
Yeah.
At the trial.
They'll see me running. I'm in here, guys. There he is. There's Del Quan.
Security guys. You got Paul Blart in the background chasing you with a donut in his hand.
So, yep. So cool beans. Moving on. This gentleman too. I remember this story when it came up. Mr. I'm going to pronounce this name as well. I apologize. Avram Eisenberg, aka Avi. This gentleman, the U.S. is persecuting him, alleging that Eisenberg committed commodities and wire fraud and commodities manipulation, and he's pleaded not guilty. Right now, he's hanging out with our buddy SBF, or not our buddy, our enemy, whatever you want to call him. Him and Sam are chilling out in the Brooklyn jail, which has supposedly known for poor conditions. And he's waiting his trial as well. What happened was, so what did this guy do? He took credit for siphoning $110 million from Mango Markets, a Solana protocol, an operation which he called a highly profitable trading strategy. The U.S. authorities arrested Eisenberg 2 months later in Puerto Rico. And man, I don't have all the details here. This is something, if you want to dig a little bit deeper, it's a juicy story. But basically, once he executed he stole the funds. He figured out, how to exploit the markets. We'll scroll down here. He was manipulating the price of a futures contract. He was basically able to manipulate one part of the ecosystem and basically drain the $110 million out of it. And he went to Twitter and started bragging about it. Like, guys, whoa. Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, don't go tell everybody. Like, hey, I just did a highly profitable thing. I made $110 million, right? You get all the eyes on you. Yeah, and then that's when he flew to Puerto Rico to go like lay low. Cause then he realized how he was an idiot. He was like, I'm in hot water right now, guys. It's probably not good. And then I think he flew to Israel too, or something like that. I think that was part of it as well. But, he's now been arrested, and it looks like, so in February 2023. Okay, sorry, let's change the itinerary one more time. So February, he's also getting prosecuted in Manhattan, for fraud, with a scheme to fraudulently obtain the $110 million worth of crypto from Mango Markets. And right now, the FBI is saying this is unfortunate as well. The agents found child, you know what, on his mobile phone. His lawyer did not respond to a request. Okay. And right here, Eisenberg Mango case was one of the first in a spat of DeFi hacks where attackers appeared to be as interested in showing off their skills as they were in looting protocols. So, right, I'm glad he was caught, and I'm glad, right, hopefully justice will be served. But don't brag about your crimes, people. If you know that's not a good idea. But yeah, it's unfortunate, and I feel Mango Markets was just another emerging market protocol, like different markets that you could have on Solana's protocol. So I hate to see that, because anytime these hacks, I mean, we're all too familiar with exploits, right? It just slows adoption. It slows the success that really good code can have, and just a small exploit, one bad actor can cause a lot of damage. So moving forward, a man who near and dear to, I know, is his AG's heart, Mr. Alex Mashinsky. Goldwyn, did you have some money on Celsius too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We both did.
Celsius, yeah, Mr. So
Mhm.
both you guys got a little taste of Mashinsky's milkshake. So Mashinsky is the co-founder of the Celsius network, right? Right now, the U.S. prosecutors are charging him with several counts of fraud, conspiracy to commit fraud, and market manipulation. And he's not guilty, though. He's not now. But right, he's released on a $40 million bond in New York.
That's
We
my
got to go to
money.
his trial too. We don't know the date yet. Somewhere this year. But right here at the height, it seemed that Celsius had over $25 billion in assets at the peak.
Wow.
And and I remember this. I know you guys remember this too, right? They use this a lot. We're the safest place for your crypto. We're the highest. We're safer than your bank. That was his shirt he always wore, right? He always like, banks are not your friend. You know that shirt? But he's not your friend either, apparently. Well,
Well,
right?
and to be fair to Mashinsky, is he probably had a good business plan until somebody bigger than him tried to screw him, right? FTX is the one that actively manipulated the market to short Bitcoin to try to liquidate Celsius, because they knew the liquidation price, right?
Yeah.
So who knows if they did, if Celsius wasn't specifically targeted, their business plan might have survived.
Yeah.
They could have shuffled their shells until they got to the next bull run, and then they would have been good, right?
Yeah, very true. Because, like you said, when you have like bigger players hunting your stops or hunting your liquidations,
Yeah.
I mean, you're stuck in a rock and a hard. There's nothing you can do. So yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah.
And it really sucks because, like, I lost money on it, but because in my mind they were too big to fail, right? That's the way I felt about it. Was all like, there's no way, they're too big to fail at this point. And it just proved that it was wrong. And actually, Celsius went down before VOD went down, and I know exactly when VOD went down, because it was 4th of July weekend. That Friday, I tried to move my XRP off of VOD, but because the account I was moving it into didn't have the memo section, I couldn't use that wallet, right? And so I was just like, bah, I'll take care of it Monday, right? I literally, and Saturday the site locked down. So had I gotten it off, right? And so I was just like, Evan, I'm like, we were at the beach, I was in a boat, and I was all like, I'll deal with it on Monday. Sure as shit, the next day it locked down. I was like, man.
Yeah, man, that's how you know you've been in crypto, when you have these like, are you serious? How could this happen to anyone in the world except for me? That's how you know you're a crypto OG, when you have stories like that one right there.
This is what I've noticed about you. You'll get a random text message or something, buy this right now, and you'll be on the interstate, pull over to the side of the road, buy something. But when it comes to the stuff you already have, you're like, I'll just wait. No rush.
And like vividly, it was 4th of July weekend. I don't know. It was last year, I think, but or no, was it 2 years
2
ago?
years ago, 22 maybe.
Yeah, I think it was
Late
22. So shit, we're almost 2 full years into it.
And like you're saying as well, see, it mentions here, yet following the collapse of Do Kwon's Terra network in May 2022, Celsius froze customer withdrawals, then went bankrupt and disclosed there. And yeah, and then like this is the most, I guess, whatever what they're charging him against is, right, they were using customer funds to prop up the value of Cell while dumping their own. to pay his eventual $40 million bond that he knew was coming.
Mother ever. Right.
Someone had to pay for it, right? Oh, there's his shirt. Like I was telling you, right? I can barely see it. Banks, your friend. There you go. You got to cover up the not part. Banks are your friend.
Yeah. So I mean, AG and I were pretty lucky because we had taken a loan against our assets that were in Celsius. So in the end, I don't think I really lost any money. I mean, I lost
we will
paper
when the
money.
bull market hits.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like what I'm saying is if I look at it from a dollar to dollar aspect, what I put into the Bitcoin and Ethereum that I eventually lost on Celsius was less than the loan I took out. So the loan I took out and used covered those assets. However, on paper, I lost, far more than that because I don't have those assets anymore.
Fair. Yeah. There you go. Half full. I like it. A glass half full. This story with these two crazy couple, Heather Morgan, aka Razzle Khan, and Isla Lichtenstein, entrepreneur and amateur rapper, tech entrepreneur and investor. So these two kooky couple right here, right? They Morgan pleaded guilty to money laundering, conspiracy, and conspiracy to defraud the U.S. in August 23. Lichtenstein pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit money laundering at the same time. So right now they're in New York. Man, what's all up with all these criminals in New York hanging out? But while they're awaiting sentencing, Lichtenstein is detained. Okay, so she got the house arrest. He must be in custody, maybe with Sam and Auwyne. Right now, what happened was, so when the U.S. Department arrested the married couple and seized their Bitcoin, it was worth $3.5 billion. That in 2022, wow. Right? And what happened was Lichtenstein, right here, the gentleman, appeared he worked at, I don't know if he worked at it, maybe not, take that back. It says right here, he used advanced hacking tools and techniques to fraudulently authorize more than 2,000 transfers of Bitcoin from Bitfinex to a wallet he controlled. He then erased his digital footprint and enlisted Morgan in laundering the stolen coins. And so they basically were able to, steal all this Bitcoin, and now they have it. And now the question is, how do we actually liquidate it? How do we actually go spend it? Right? Because you got $1 billion cash. Bitcoin. Yeah. Yeah. And right here, right, they went ahead and tried to, get fake IDs, use dark net markets and exchange, chain hopping, all that, right? Trying to do everything they can. But remember, guys, these are public blockchains, right? Right here, there's a thing called the FBI. When you stole $3 billion, they're going to probably put a team to go look into it. But right here, see, it wasn't enough to prevent the FBI cyber sleuths from tracking the stolen coins to the New York couple.
Man, if there was just an app where I could send my money to, and they could send it back to me in several different wallets.
Hey, Zach,
somebody should come up with that.
Can you share your screen so I can see what this couple looks like?
Oh, yeah, you see them right here?
No, you're not sharing with us.
Oh, am I not sharing my screen this whole time?
Yeah. That's what I private messaged you. I said, hey, you're going to share.
Oh, I should have just told me. Oh, this whole time we haven't shared the screen, brother.
I was like, well, he must not,
I've been looking at the news articles. My bad. I wish you had told me that, brother. Just tell me next time. I forgot to press the button. My bad, everyone. Dang, this whole time. Because if I don't show the screen because it does that, right? So I always run the article.
AG has the wrong banners up on the side too, so it's okay.
No, I don't. Those are the right banners.
100% those are the wrong banners.
No, they're not. Zach, you 100%. Can tell me, are these the right banners or not?
Yeah, I can't see. Yeah, brother, it's all good. But this is the couple.
Wait. Tell me.
I've been sharing the screens. I had these marked. Man, you guys haven't seen nothing. You haven't seen none of this. Oh my goodness.
Good thing this is recorded and we can go back and redo it.
Okay. No worries. Hey, apologies for all that.
Real quick.
Just let me know next time.
Is the list right, Zach?
I can't see the list because if I go back to your screen, it's gonna show my screen.
It's wrong.
It's not wrong, man.
I see Sam Special. No, this is right.
What's the headline that you gave me? What headline are we on?
Special Sam. That was in relation to Sam getting special treatment, them dismissing. Sam plus 7 icons. Those were the list of people that we're going through right now.
Yeah.
So that's good. We haven't missed much. We're only on the second story, so that's good.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
So you see the couple?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what I was mentioning right here, aka Razzlecon. So if you look her up, she's got these really cringy like Bitcoin rap. Let me just pull it up real
That's
quick.
funny.
Let's see
Oh, I think I have seen her before doing some like her own personal rap stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, she's very small, cringe, whatever. But that's what is hilarious. After this, right? This girl stole $4 billion of Bitcoin.
At the time, it wasn't 4 billion though.
3.5, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what. 2016. You're right. When they stole it,
Yeah,
in 2016,
it was like maybe it might have been like $10 million.
Yeah, from 2016. But yeah, like I said, she's got some silly crypto raps if you look her up. But yeah, that's them right there. So, but like I was mentioning, so yeah, these are public blockchains. So the FBI is going to find if you're moving coins around, unless you use, like we mentioned, Tornado
Look
Cash.
at that beard. Look at that beard on that guy.
Well, that's
that's
Mr. What's his name? It just escapes me right now.
Cash App.
Jack Dorsey
Yeah.
from Cash App.
Jack Dorsey, yeah. Or Twitter back in the day.
And Twitter. Yep. Moving on to our next story, Mr. Slimy Jamie, right? JP Morgan CEO, Bitcoin bashing is a do as I say, not as I do situation. Get out of here, boys and girls. Jamie Dimon's bank agreed to play a key role with BlackRock's proposed Bitcoin ETF, right? Just weeks after he told several US senators, I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, etc. Come on, man. Come on. Well, like I said, do we expect these guys to be honest men? No, that's the last guy on my list. But right here, right, JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon has dumped on cryptocurrencies for years, right? I've always been deeply opposed to it. And then right here, he said the only true case for it is criminals. And he's like, if I was the government, I'd close it down. But wait a minute, what just happened? Oh, on Friday, it was revealed that the bank will play a key role for BlackRock's proposed Bitcoin ETF.
Yeah,
right.
I saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah, and I think many did, and it's just right. Like I always joke about when they're on the TV screen, they're like, no, blah blah, no, and then they're accumulating. They're calling their people. I mean, it's great. You can do that if you're at the highest levels, as SBF has proven. But so yeah, Jamie Dimon, their JP Morgan's going to play a big role with these ETFs coming to market. So just be careful when you're following the guys on what is it, the MSN,
Wall Street Bets,
Money Talk. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. No, you do the reverse of those guys. That's what Jay was just saying.
Yeah.
Whatever they're telling you on TV, you need to do the opposite of.
Exactly. Yep. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Knowledge is power. Moving on to Hong Kong. Hong Kong regulators propose mandatory licenses for fiat-backed stablecoin issuers. So, in the scope of the continuing, regulations that are coming for crypto, stablecoins are a huge topic, and even we know this personally with Elephant Money, as we have moved away from BUSD due to it sunsetting and such, but as well as Trunk's previous life as a stable coin, we're now moving away from that as they're going to be continued to be more and more scrutinized, as we'll see here. So as we can see that Hong Kong Monetary Authority and Financial Services, they're planning to provide guidance and compliance. And I would love this SEC to maybe follow suit. Maybe they can copy and paste if they do a good job over there. Maybe, I don't know how they're going to do, but at least their government and their regulators are trying to provide clarity. But right here, we can see that they're publishing proposals for supervising stablecoin issuers through a licensing regime. And it's looking like on February 29th is when we'll hear their first proposals. So this is bullish, right? The more clarity that things like stablecoins have, that means just the more traditional banks can offer the products and services, they can interact with them, right? Because they can be compliant. So it's that, right? It's a double-edged sword. There's that part of people in crypto who are like, okay, it's inevitable. Let's bring on the regulations. It's going to help scale. This is good. And there's people, which I think is the path that's going to have to happen as crypto continues to evolve, versus people who say no, right, leave us alone. But if we're going to continue to grow, if cryptocurrency industry is going to continue to grow, we need that clear guidance.
So I was hanging out with my brother over the week since I was gone out of town, and I told him that I was like, yeah, we're going to be going to Nashville for the Bitcoin conference, probably, because they have an Elephant Money conference going on the same time. Hopefully, maybe not set in stone, but that's the rumor. And he was like, "Oh, okay. So you're going to go on vacation and to some fake internet money, conference. Sounds like fun, and just busting my balls. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, just wait, because eventually it's going to be mainstream. Everyone's going to see it. It's going to be in your 401k, an option to add money to Bitcoin ETFs and things like that. But I'm like, dang it can't come fast enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's like I said, I've been 9 years in this game, and same thing, right? It definitely is a waiting game part of it. But yeah, trust me, the juice is worth the squeeze, and it is very satisfying to say "I told you so" to the naysayers and doubters and mockery people make mockeries and such.
Yeah.
So yeah, hold on tight, because the proof's in the pudding. Like I said, the ETFs are January 10th, days away, or a little bit after that. So it's exciting times. The whole industry is really taking that next leg up to become more than a 3 trillion market cap, to make 10, 50, 100 trillion plus industry. So I think this is a bullish news here. Anything with stable coins, because stable coins are often a leading indicator for the market's health. The more stable coins that are being issued on chain typically corresponds with like a healthier market and a healthier chain itself.
Sure.
Moving on to this individual, DeFi Llama's dev OG NGMI. And if you don't know what NGMI means, that means you probably dated lots of girls. But it also means NGMI stands not gonna make it. Instead of wag me, we're all gonna make it. That's not gonna make it. But anyway, here's a couple of his or her charts, favorite charts of the year. I'm just going to go through these quickly, but we'll have these in the show notes so you can dive deeper in it. But very bullish thing right here, the number of protocols in 2023 rose again. Right, that's something we want to see. We want to see developers coming and creating these new financial services and products. That's very bullish. We also can see, right, this ratio has dropped with forked projects. Let's see right here. This might indicate this is a good signal for fourth. But also moving on, funding. So we can see that all money raised in funding rounds going to DeFi projects and companies. We can see it's kind of going back on that uptrend, which is bullish. We want more developers to have funding to try to create these applications. And then right here, and compare that with the percentage of raised funds going to NFTs, it's similar. We can see they're also receiving funding. So liquid staking has completely dominated total value rankings, total value locked ranking, TVL, completely displacing all other types of protocols, especially DEXs. So people really like Lido ETH, Lido staking, and other things like that, where you can both stake your, research. You can have a token where you're earning yield, like Lido ETH, ST ETH, staked ETH, while still remaining liquid, so you can sell it or whatever you want to do with it. And right here we can see, so this is a chart of liquid staking TVL versus all TVL. Okay, and then let's just see a chart of liquid staking dominance. Okay, so dominance is on the rise. Yields, and notably median yield, is on the rise again. So right now, guys, if you know about elephant money, you're laughing at this. 5%, come on. That's the median yield, I guess, across many different DeFi protocols that they can offer you. But if you're watching this stream, you're glued into the bleeding edge of the alpha of DeFi, which is stuff like futures or the unlimited NFTs. That NFTs are dominating that, and so is futures by a long shot. So this is someone. Imagine if we could get this developer NGMI on the show and show him what Elephant Money can do. Right, this isn't a gentleman who's a developer for DeFi Llama, which is one of the a very prominent website and news website and analytics page for DeFi on all things crypto. So might be something to reach out to this gentleman or woman. Moving on to our next story here, back to Mr. Do Kwon. Just kind of circling back to him, it's looking like the U.S. might take him. They might call South Korea and say, "Hey, we want them. Give them to us." And what they're, like we were mentioning, what is the real charge that they can throw against him? And it's saying right here that he violated U.S. law by not registering as a security two digital currencies that collapsed in 2022. So because you didn't register them, and they're already gone, they're dead, we're going to retroactively come and prosecute you.
So wait a minute. So he didn't register as a security. What about all these other coins that are formed? Because what about Elephant Money? Did he register as a security? Because it's not a security.
Majority of cryptocurrencies aren't. So it's just like seems like it's a charge they just throw on you when they can.
That's scary.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer in that respect, so I can't really comment on that. But there's stuff like, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the library token, LBRY, but they actually went to the SEC and told them everything and try to work with them, and then they attacked them basically for not
that's dumb.
complying, and they were trying to do everything. So it really just seems like it's just they attack who they want when they want, kind of thing. And there has to be obviously a reason, but I don't know. It seems that they kind of pick and choose of who they choose to go litigation towards. And they're also, like we're saying, he's also been charged with fraud. So I wonder what evidence they have for that. And so yeah, it's just a waiting game to see where he'll be extradited to. This was interesting to me right here. Coinbase Global replaces custody chief. So they replaced the gentleman, Mr. Aaron Schnark, was replaced by Rick Schonberg, a spokesperson told Bloomberg. The Schonberg gentleman, he's been with Coinbase since 2021, and he previously worked at Goldman Sachs. So, I mean, I'm sure that's a lot of high-ranking, I guess, kind of senior members of kind of these like crypto companies, sure, Binance and such. But they have a lot of traditional finance guys coming in to help, I guess, legitimize and make connections and networking and such. But that's just interesting to me that a Goldman Sachs guy is now taking that role. And moving forward as well, Jane Street is becoming Bitcoin's ETF broker of choice. So Jane Street. Sorry?
Jane Street.
Yeah, they're just a broker. They're like a SPF, I believe, even work for them. Carolina did as well.
Yeah.
They're geniuses. Go work there. Quants, other financial people, highly regarded. But I don't know. A lot of things that are highly regarded. The emperor is not wearing any clothes as of recently. But so it's looking like they're going to be the broker of choice. So right here, Fidelity and Wisdom Tree appointed Jane Street Capital to be their authorized participant, a company responsible for steering cash into and out of ETFs. BlackRock and JP Morgan Securities also selected Jane Street. Valkyrie said in its filing that it engaged Jane Street and right. It's just funny too, because right, DeFi is all on chain, right? Or not all DeFi, but good DeFi is all on chain. And funny like to see TradFi. It's like, oh, we're gonna get our buddy to have the money, get it sent to our other buddy, then send it back to us, and then we're gonna sell it to the clients, right? And it's just silly. They all have their finger in the in the pie. So, but there's, like I said, they're a highly regarded traditional finance firm, so they'll I'm sure have a success with these ETFs as well. And so speaking of Celsius, it seems as if you might want to know more about this, Auwyne. I know after the whole collapse and everything, they still, I think, had some assets under management, and they had some sort of recovery plan or something. And right here, it's saying first, I'm not saying they can recover everything. I think they have some sort of funding for something. Not too sure, but right here, it's saying the judge is approving Celsius Network's proposal to deviate from a previously approved bankruptcy plan and switch to Bitcoin mining. So they must have had some sort of previous plan approved. And now I guess they decided that mining Bitcoin with those funds is more profitable.
Well, because they had one of the things that Celsius was doing to fill the hole of missing Bitcoin is they were literally creating, I think, the second or third largest mining company.
Yeah.
And they had bought some ridiculous amount, and that was, some of the things that went to the as assets was all of their mining rigs, and so it was running at a net negative, but it wasn't fully operational. So they, during the proceeding, they had to decide whether they were going to sell off that company for assets, or is that going to be part of the new company that we all get shares of.
Cool. So hey, you're now a Bitcoin miner. Congratulations, man.
Yes. Hopefully,
we'll just wait till we get some profits or something.
Some of those get.
Yeah,
some of that
we haven't got
over.
anything yet.
Yeah. But this is interesting. I thought too. In India, I don't hear much about their crypto news personally, but it seems that as if they're deciding to block Binance and Kraken and KuCoin from operating within their jurisdiction. They're claiming they're operating illegally, and they're failing to register and comply with the country's anti-money laundering rules. So, similar charges and accusations that were brought against Binance by the U.S. I guess India is following suit, saying, "Hey guys, you guys got to make sure you're all, registered with us and paying your fee to operate in our countries, and right there must comply with India's AML rules." And I thought this was interesting. And asked the country's IT ministry, I'm like, oh, that's interesting, right? To block their websites. So I wonder, is there a thing called a VPN or something? I don't know, but you probably still would have to, like I said, but Binance, Kraken, and KuCoin, I don't know about KuCoin, but I know Binance and Kraken, they have AML practices already on site. So
now, how
I'm
hard
not
is
sure
it to get on KuCoin? Like to list a coin? Because I'd like to get Trunk on there. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
I think Trump could very well be listed on KuCoin. That maybe that's something we could push a separate campaign. Because I've heard a lot of.
When you're listening to this, I said, BT, when you're listening to this tonight or tomorrow, shoot for a KuCoin. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I think that would be super bullish if we could get that as one of the first, if not the first, centralized exchanges.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be the first, but if it can be one of the first five.
You'd be surprised. Like, I know we've had a lot of discussion with like Coin Market Cap and CoinGecko and such, but a lot of things like KuCoin, you say, hey, look at all my stats. We've got 30,000 holders. We've got this much volume. This is what we, they're pretty quick to, I've seen list several coins. So
really?
I guess I'm not sure we're a smaller guy. I don't know if they charge a listing fee. I'm sure they do. But yeah, I definitely agree with your point, AG. BT, reach out to them if you haven't already.
Yeah, KuCoin I think is a good one.
Cool. So those are those stories about Do Kwon, and that was my final one for tonight. That was my last
one.
Do Kwon.
Just said, is KuCoin done in the U.S.?
Yeah, I don't think U.S. Citizens are able to operate. Don't quote me on that. Let me pull it up. I'll check right now. Full in U.S. So can I access KuCoin from the U.S.? Yes, but you'll only have access to limited version. KuCoin isn't licensed in the U.S., which means you can't access some of its features while you're there. However, if you have a reliable VPN, you can avoid restrictions and trade on KuCoin from anywhere. That's what I'm just reading on the internet.
Oh, so that's funny that you say the VPN thing. I just randomly got a charge on my credit card that I'm paying for NordVPN for the past 2 years. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize that. So I got to figure out how to install it on my phone.
Yeah, I actually got charged from an old crypto site that I had from like 3 years ago. Into the Cryptoverse. Are you guys familiar with?
Oh yeah, Benjamin Cohen, is that his last name?
Yeah. So shout out Ben. I just canceled my service to you. Yeah, my wife was all like, "What's this $99 charge?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh man,
it was his yearly subscription that I thought I canceled 2 years ago, but apparently he's he's stuck in a couple $1,000s into my credit cards.
Those reoccurring billing, darn you.
That's smart. It's smart. I missed it last year, so he got a free year out of me. I'm like, I haven't been to your site in 2.5 years.
Is that AG? He was driving down the road, listening to Benjamin. And he's like, I gotta get his course. I gotta sign up for his. And he signed up, and then he kept driving down the road.
Yeah.
2 years later,
didn't even look in the mirror. Just whipped it right back on the interstate. That's funny. All right, guys, it's been a good one. I'm jet lagged. I'm tired. I got to go to work tomorrow. So what do we call it tonight?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, guys.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Again, if you didn't check out the special last week with All Things ETH, go check that one out. And lots of cool alpha.
Yeah, that was a good one. I liked our outfits. I kind of like dressing up, Christmassy style. So I might have to get me a suit.
Yeah, you look good with that red suit, man. I'm telling you, it looks fresh.
Yeah, I wore. Well, actually, so here's a funny story. So I bought a suit right after my dad passed away. After Thanksgiving.
This is not a funny story. I'm just kidding.
I didn't think about that until just now, but
I had to do what do you call it, comedic relief,
So I bought 2 suits from Amazon. I was like, I'm going cheap because I gotta buy plane tickets and stuff. So I got two of the same exact suits, and I tried them on. One was just a little too tight. One was perfect. So I returned that one, the one that didn't fit. And it's been probably 3, maybe 4 weeks since I bought that, and then we go to the funeral, and I go and put it on. And dude, I couldn't button my my vest on. I'm like, oh geez, I needed to lose 10 pounds, and I gained 10 pounds. And it was, what was it, 30? I think it was 33 degrees outside at the funeral.
Oh my goodness.
It was inside a church, but then afterwards we went to the cemetery, which was a military funeral because he was a Marine, and so we had to sit there and watch the flag folding. Sorry, excuse me.
That's a different event. That's a different event altogether.
Flag. Yeah. This was the American flag. But they folded it, and then they slapped their heels together and presented the flag to my older brother and did all this stuff. But I was like, dude, let's speed it up a little bit. It's freezing outside. But where was I going with that? Oh yeah, moral of the story is I'm fat now, so I gotta get a new suit.
Hey, new year, new goals, new me.
That was the moral of your story.
We were talking about suits, and I'm like, oh.
Hey, it's the year of crypto gains, but weight loss. So there you go. That's the only loser we'll have around here is weight loss.
Yeah. While we got that subject going on, what is your New Year's resolution?
That's a good question. I thought about it a little bit. Actually, my mother, she just completed, I don't know if you've heard of it, it's called like 75 days hard. It's just another one of the fitness challenges, like drink a gallon of water a day, read 10 pages, exercise 45 minutes, and something like that. I've never really done one of those, and people might say, oh, what, but mock something, but I saw how my mom went through it, and she lost weight, and she even her demeanor and her attitude changed a lot. And so I'm thinking I might try to push myself to try to do that. Yeah.
Nice.
That shouldn't be too hard. I mean, you're over there doing burpees every day.
Yeah. I think that's what will be cool, because since it's like a challenge of it consistently every day, I think that will be, because I'm a little bit scattered here and there, but having a discipline and routine, I think, can help. Hey, it will help me produce more Elephant Money content as well, because I'll be zoned in, right?
What about you, Goldwyn?
It's definitely health and fitness. I lost a good amount of weight the last 3 months, so now I'm going to start focusing more on toning and eating better, and that's been a lifelong goal, but we're going to really push this year. Yeah.
That's good, man. Yeah, a quote I like to live by, and I always say, is health is wealth. So I mean, and this crypto stuff's all cool, whatever do you do, but I mean, your health is wealth. So yeah, man, that's the best gains. if we're all going to have these millions of dollars, if you have bad habits or poor lifestyle choices, this is going to be the worst thing that's ever happened to you. I'm going to call it like it is. So the better, in times without having it, get yourself right, your mind right, your body right. So when you do have it, you don't, fall on your own sword type of thing.
Yeah, I think the big thing to follow that up too is have a plan, right? It's have a plan and follow a plan. Emotion is the killer of money. So, if you get these big gains this year, you need to have a plan. What are you gonna win? What, how? All those questions. So
buy Trumpet and futures. That's my plan.
All right, guys. Let's health and wealth for 2024. That's our
all right. It's gonna be a great year. I know it. I feel it. Health and wealth. That's right.
Health and wealth, Patrick. And be on time next time when you film this stuff.
All right. Thank you guys.
All right. Each one. You guys have a good one. See ya.
Yeah.